against each other, the small forwards.
That's right. Of course, Cartwright out. Also, Craig Hodges, both on the injured list for Chicago. And there's our first turnover. Get the tape running. Here it comes. I give that about a 5.
Well, Michael's easing into it. There's a turnover to start the ball game, and you give Michael Jordan an easy basket. You can see right now, up-court defense from Horace Grant, just to try to slow this Portland team down, not let them run the ball up the floor.
Took them 8 seconds to get it over the 10-second line. Purdue had it, lost it. Kersey retaliates.
That's where Chicago will miss. That's an over and back violation on Scottie Pippen. But the offensive rebounding is where the Bulls will miss Bill Cartwright tonight. The big body against Duckworth inside. Oh, almost another turnover.
Pippen got a hand on it with those long arms and big hands. Kersey playing with 2 sore ankles. Weren't even sure if he was going to play. Duckworth has a strained groin. He's also hurting. Kersey.
See, there's the open shots that we talked about that Portland is just not making, but 2 offensive rebounds.
Grant puts a shoulder on Kersey. Williams throws up the air ball.
3 offensive rebounds here.
Everybody diving for it. It ends up with an easy 2 for Buck Williams.
I think Phil Jackson wants a 20-second timeout.
He is giving the officials a once-over. Phil Jackson is livid. He is all over Mike Mathis and Tommy Nunez. Let's take a look at the rebounds again, Doug. As you mentioned, they do miss Bill Cartwright, no question.
Well, Portland is not a pretty basketball team. They're a blue-collar, grind it out, get up on the basket and get it. There's the open jump shot. It does not go. Here's the offensive rebound by Duckworth. Michael Jordan in there trying to get it loose. Duckworth picks it up. He's going to kick it back out. Buck Williams will miss a floater in the lane. And then you're going to see the rugby scrum underneath the basket again. You see Michael Jordan with Duckworth over the back, and then Buck Williams pries it loose. You're going to see it right here, not a jump ball. Buck Williams pries it loose for a layup. That is not a hustle points. There's a hustle board up here that we'll watch and we'll keep track of. And normally, of course, if Portland wins the hustle points, they win the ball game.
Portland has more advertising on boards here than any city in the NBA. Jordan misses his second shot of the game.
Now this is Porter at his best, pushing the ball up the floor. You have a mismatch here.
We've got an offensive foul. We're going to go the other way with it. That'll be on Duckworth. His first team foul.
You had a mismatch there, Ron, on the open floor. You had Drexler against John Paxson. Porter could not get him the basketball after Duckworth got the offensive foul. Chicago, a lot of motion in their offense. They like to split the post, free up jump shooters. They're like John Paxson.
Paxson from outside, back of the iron. Drexler with the board.
John Paxson did not have his shooting stroke down. He was out with a sprained ankle. Shooting only 45% from the floor after last year shooting 55%. So Paxson not yet back into form after being injured.
Inside, Jordan will be hammered by Williams.
Portland foul, number 52, Buck Williams, his first personal.
Michael Jordan in the open court. He's a nightmare. You see Kersey is switched up on him. He cannot handle him. He has 2 sore ankles, but he couldn't handle Michael in the open floor even if he were healthy. So the mismatch in the transition game you're going to see tonight, which team can take advantage of it when you get cross matches, forwards playing guards and vice versa.
Jordan now has 3. He's the NBA's leading scorer, and he has been the Bulls' leading scorer 12 of 13 games.
Ron, let's keep our eye on now after made free throws. Against Portland, Chicago will probably show some up-court pressure, so if they can't run the ball back down the floor, they'd like to keep the ball out of Porter's hands, make someone else handle the basketball. Horace Grant will double-team him as he comes up the floor.
Tied at 4, 9:45. Grant tries to get a body. Porter goes around him. Kersey whips the pass over to Williams. That's the 3rd Portland turnover.
Disrupt the offense. Do not let them get in any kind of sync. Make them play an open court game. Get the ball out of the hands of your better players.
Pippen inside to Grant. He has stopped away by Porter, and Chicago turns it over for the 3rd time with 9:22 left in the first. Drexler cut off. Now Williams.
You know, this is one of those early season games where both teams are tight because it is a big ball game. And when you have that, the execution early will be poor because there's so much emotion in the ball game.
When the emotion dies, it comes down to execution. Drexler loses it. Paxson tries to chase it down. Ball belongs to Portland. Nope, Chicago.
Well, Horace Grant did a nice job there tracing Clyde Drexler down from behind. He just chased the basketball and kicked it loose. Drexler was not aware of him coming in from behind. That's where your teammate has to yell and let you know someone is coming in from the blind side.
Portland's won 8 of their last 10 ball games. They're 7-2 here at home. Only lost 5 home games all of last year. They've already dropped a pair this season. Chicago 6-1 on the road.
See, Chicago really does not have a low post game without Bill Cartwright in the ball game. Will Purdue will be a high post passer. He will not be a guy they go to in their early option down low.
Horace Grant gets his first 2 of the ball game. We're tied up again at 6 with 8:20 left in the first. 13 on the shot clock, and you called it, Doug. The disrupting of the offense ends up with a bad running shot by Kersey.
Then you compound the mistake by getting a foul. So how many times do you see that? I don't care what level of basketball, a guy or girl takes a bad shot, makes a turnover, they're going to go back and get it immediately, and they compound it by fouling it. Now you've made 2 mistakes.
Inside of 8 minutes, tied up at 6. Paxson goes to the baseline, dumps it off for Grant. Can't get the easy shot, and he took an elbow right in the mouth.
Horace Grant's had a great road trip. You see Horace right now holding his his nose. He got cracked right across the bridge of the nose. But Horace has had a terrific road trip. The last 5 ball games, he's over 2 block shots per ball game, playing serious around the basket, so he's really improved.
Pippen yet to get on track. Still can't get a shot to drop down, but we have a foul.
Portland foul. Terry Porter, his first, 13.
13 foul, Porter's
Shooting
first.
for Chicago.
At the line it will be Scottie Pippen out of Hamburg, Arkansas.
Now see the difference to me where Chicago can go with it. Buck Williams tries to tip the ball to himself but tips it out of bounds, so Chicago will maintain possession with a new shot clock.
Paxson on Porter. Jordan on Drexler. Now switches over Porter on Jordan. Purdue just lost the handle. Buck Williams took a swipe at it. Drexler leads the break to Kersey. The monster slam won't go down. And Jordan with a good save as everybody was standing around looking at it. But we have a foul.
Jerome Kersey wants to know, how did that ball not go in? He jammed this ball so hard that it actually pops out of the basket. Watch this explosion. He thought Pippen got his hand up in there, but he did not. He just missed the jam. Excellent play by Drexler. This is Portland at their best. Kersey just did not convert it.
He received a color-coded race card for tonight's Toyota Mini Grand.
He will really take into this ball game. But right now the Blazers by 2, 6:55 left to be played in the first.
Well, you see Chicago wants to keep this crowd quiet, and they do that by not allowing Portland to get out and run and get the monster dunks that Kersey attempted the last possession.
On top to Jordan.
Really going inside against Buck Williams Horace Grant against Buck Williams.
Jordan from 20 doesn't get it. Kersey rips down the rebound.
Terry Porter's got to go at John Paxson. He's got to make him play him.
Fall away jumper won't go. Williams, his second miss from inside, and here comes Chicago. The alley-oop. Hello, everybody.
There's Chicago right there at their best. Pippen, Jordan, Grant out on the break, John Paxson finding them ahead. But as I talked about, Terry Porter has got to be aggressive offensively. He's a real key, Ron. He cannot be passive and allow John Paxson to play him.
Shot clock at 10, still a lot of time left. Porter for 3. Portland throws up about 10 a game. Chicago, on the other hand, only 5 3-pointer attempts a game.
Well, Terry Porter shot tremendous 3-pointers last year. He's not shooting that well this year.
Only 37% this season, 14 of 38. Jordan baseline, shot clock at 6. Grant will pull the trigger. Tied up at 9, 5.5 left in the first quarter. To Williams again. This time he doesn't get it, but we have a block. I think what made the alley-oop was Scottie Pippen. Look at the crowd he was in when he got the pass.
But John Paxson looks for this. His eyes are up, and the little floater, and Pippen just sort of motions at the basket. Drexler's a tremendous leaper, but he knows that he cannot get up and contest that. And then you have to be very careful, because Pippen then will go for the steal on the inbounds pass. So Buck Williams has had a lot of point-blank shots tonight. We made a point of saying that Stacey King will play himself back into their favor by being a consistent performer. He's done that on the road. The big thing is just keep being Stacey King and play the way he's playing, and the fans will like what he's doing.
Tough to win the fans back once you lose them, but he's on track to do just that.
He loves to come to the middle and then spin baseline.
High left-handed shot goes down. The former Oklahoma star who's in mourning tonight because of OU losing to Nebraska earlier today. In college football, we're tied at 11. 5 minutes left in the first.
You could see there was no hesitation at all with Stacey King. Went right up and took the shot. Now, Duckworth should be able to go against Stacey King, but right now Duckworth is just not playing good basketball.
Has a strained groin. Pippen misses the jam. The rebound falls into the hands of Duckworth. Drexler looks right, goes left. Kersey. The alley-oop to Jordan with the right hand.
Michael looks like something happened to him early in the ball game. He's grimacing. I don't know if he hurt his back on the one play when he drove and Buck Williams took the hard foul, but he does not appear right now to be at 100%, although you can't say by the last shot that he just took.
He didn't go up for that rebound, but it rolls into the hands of Pippen. Bulls have a 4-on-2. Paxson all the way.
Not allow Michael Jordan to reverse you. I know that sounds simple, but you've got to keep him going out towards the 10-second line, and if he catches the ball behind the three-point line, you make him become a jump shooter. But when you allow him to reverse you like that and allow him to dunk the basketball, you're going to be in for a long night. Michael's going over to sit down right now. Bobby Hansen's coming into the ball game, so we'll have to find out what the extent of his problem is. I don't know if it's a knee or a back or whatever, but Michael right now is hurting.
Well, Paxson playing in front of his brother, Jim Paxson, former Portland Trailblazer, best known for a Bic shaving commercial, which is probably he really likes to hear that.
Well, Jimmy Paxson is one of the better guards in the league, moving without the basketball, tremendous shooter, and was a great player here for the Blazers. He scored over 9,000 points in his career here.
Of course, their father, Jim Sr., also played in the NBA, the old Cincinnati Royals. Inside, Kersey, count it. Didn't look like he had a sore ankle there, Doug.
They listed Jerome Kersey as questionable for tonight, talking about he had 2 sore ankles. But look at the quick move here to the basket, and then he slides sideways to prevent the offensive foul. Tremendous concentration by Jerome Kersey, an opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, Jordan is...
Expect to see those kinds of results.
Clyde Drexler over Pippen. Rebound to Grant, who leads Chicago with more than 9 rebounds a game. Pippen now matched with Drexler. Knocked away by Ames and Kersey. Pippen's got it back, feeds Grant. Reverse lay-in, excellent play by Horace Grant. 2 defenders there, he split them, scored, drew the foul. And now we will see Cliff Robinson.
They thought they had the ball from Pippen, gave him enough time to find Grant on the baseline. He squeezes between 2 defenders, picks up the personal foul. Danny Ames, Kersey will sit down. Robinson and B.J. Armstrong in the ball game. John Paxson down. They're in a competitive position right now, but they've got to be able to score buckets. Pressure by Chicago.
Blazers have made only 6 of 19 shots. Ainge on the curl. Robert Pack, traveler, called by Michael Mathis, working against B.J. Armstrong.
Right idea, wrong direction, and that's what caused the travel. Saw that the center was open and already committed himself toward the baseline.
Bobby Hansen, Horace Grant with Cliff Robinson. Entry pass to Stacey King. King over Buck Williams.
Now you see Stacey King that they hoped they would see. A guy that could score down on the box. He's got back-to-back hoops, both about in the same area.
22-16, Chicago. Largest lead of the ball game for either team. Cliff Robinson. First field goal by Robinson, 22-18. Chicago's lead 4. Chicago and Portland will have the ball. 5 turnovers now for each club.
The confidence of Pippen is so dramatically different than it was a year ago at this time. He's playing like a player that knows that he's arrived, and he tries to put pressure on his opponent every time he handles the ball.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark left, first quarter, Chicago by 4. Drexler, drive, dish, the corner, Williams can't score. Clyde and Buck have been working that play very well this season. Bobby Hansen. Pippen with Robinson.
The key is to keep Pippen from penetrating with the ball. You want the Bulls to be an outside team with Jordan on the bench. They get a foul.
Danny Ainge second.
Against Danny Ainge.
This with 1:44 left in the quarter. 22-18, Chicago in the lead.
About getting players that could play off the bench. They thought if Hobson would be an athletic player, but Hobson takes probably the toughest shots in the NBA. They know that defensively, Hanson's stronger in that area. You can control his offense.
Buck Williams. That is 8 first quarter points for Buck Williams, and the Blazers are within 2. Portland now, 8 of 22, 36%. Chicago 8 of 17, 47%. Williams knocks the ball away and out of bounds. Buck accidentally tripped, but no foul called. Let's watch.
Trying to step in and make a play, and goes down off of a little push from Bob Hansen, but the ball was out of bounds.
And the fans see the replay here at the Coliseum, and an extra chorus of boos as Pippen takes it off the glass. Rebound, Clyde Drexler. Robert Pack. Misfires to Danny Ainge, and Ainge saves. Final minute of the quarter. Drive by Drexler. Won't go. Grant, Drexler fight for the rebound. Armstrong has got it. Bobby Hansen. Rebound. Buck Williams with authority. Blazers looking for a basket to tie. Slide. We're deadlocked. 22-22. 5 for Drexler and 4 rebounds for Clyde. Game clock, shot clock separated by 10 seconds.
In this situation, you want to keep the ball out of the hands of Pippen. You want to force someone else to handle the ball. They're looking for Pippen now.
Shot clock at 5. And the foul will be called on Clyde Drexler. Bumped with the body. It is Clyde's first personal foul. .22-22 tie. At the line, Scottie Pippen. To go. Team trainer trying to loosen that back up or keep it loose with a heat treatment that Steve referred to. Drive by Robert Pack, no basket, but Pack earns the foul and the trip to the line. It is Bobby Hansen crawled for the foul, his first.
Attacking, and that's sometimes what the Chicago Bulls like to force their opponent to do. This is the kind of game that Portland excels in. Pack almost finishes the play on the line for the first time tonight.
Jerome Kersey will replace Buck Williams, and Williams out with a
score. And what you want is to make them shoot the ball deep on the court. Armstrong on line, but short.
And after 1 quarter from Memorial Coliseum in Portland, it's Chicago 24, the Trailblazers. Stacey King, again, that favorite move back to the basket. Steve talked about that earlier, back to the natural position, and he has responded well. He is 3 for 3 from the field and has 6 points off the bench. 26-23, Chicago, opening minute, quarter number 2.
And sometimes the best decisions are the ones you never make. There was so much pressure a year ago to get rid of King, but he's beginning to deliver. They got a 3-second violation.
Rick Adelman wants to know who is guilty of overtime parking. He thought all the meters had been plugged.
Your favorite official is working this game, so I know that your voice will be a little bit lower tonight. Mike Mathis is the guy that made the call.
Stacey King.
Right now, Jordan looks to me to be more of a decoy. He's not really been that active in trying to make anything happen. Just his presence out on the floor.
Blazers going with 2 starters, Kersey and Duckworth, and 3 reserves, Robinson, Ainge, and Pack. Duckworth.
Again, across the middle, Duckworth.
Looked like a travel that was not called, but Kevin gets his first basket of the night, the foul, Stacey King.
You need a little luck when you're struggling. Duckworth gets away with 1, 2, and finally gets it in.
Steve, do you think there's a single key to Kevin's struggle this year?
Making baskets. I mean, I think that he has to be in better condition than he is right now, and that's just going to require some harder work.
We're tied at 26. Duck on the scoreboard now with 3 points. 10:45 left, second quarter, Portland, Chicago. Entry pass, Grant. And on the assist from Michael Jordan. Horace Grant, who now has 7 points. Kersey. Looked for Duck, but missed him. Duckworth says, hey, I was held by Grant. Michael Jordan. Rebound, Duckworth. So the Blazers will now look to tie the game at 28.
Here's a guy that could really give the Trailblazers a shot in the arm in that change. He has not really gotten himself on track like he did a year ago. Kersey blocked Jordan.
Hanson finds Armstrong. And the babyface assassin knocks it down. 30-26, Chicago by 4. 9:40 left, second quarter. Ainge drifts right, rebounds Stacey King. Armstrong
putting pressure on in transition. If that's something that he didn't do, his rookie season got better at it a year ago. So good, so well. Rick Adelman wants to talk about transition defense.
Chicago has matched their largest lead of the game. Bulls up by 6.
Your health benefit plan will always be
points if Jordan doesn't really single-handedly take over. We'll see how they do defensively.
Duckworth rocks inside against King and scores. 5 points for Big Duck, and it's 32-28. This game, of course, being televised nationally and back to the Chicago area. Kevin with a lot of family and friends back there, and so he really wanted to give it a go tonight. 2-man game. Reverse the floor to Jordan. Michael Jordan with 8 points. Averaging 31.3 coming in, 6 rebounds and 5.5 assists a game. Danny Ainge? Yes. Ainge with effective penetration brings the Blazers within 4. King. Stacey King, 8 points, 4 of 5 shooting. 36-30 Chicago, 8 minutes left in the half. Ainge.
They have Scott Williams now guarding Duckworth. Williams, a more physical player, to get a foul from the rear and also in front. They'll give it to Scott Williams. Williams had a couple of real bad shoulder dislocations, had them repair after the season was over, so he was late in joining the team. Crowd wanted the foul against Michael Jordan. Last year, a healthy contribution from Kevin Duckworth. He hopes that tonight he can get started in that same vein. 6 working on 7, all in this quarter.
A year ago, Kevin averaged over 15.5 points a game. This year, the average at 9-7, shooting only 38%. Blazers Robinson can't score. Rebound to Scott Williams. 6'10" out of North Carolina. Armstrong. Player really helped himself by weight training and conditioning after he joined Chicago. Illegal defense call. It's on Jerome. When B.J. Armstrong joined the Bulls, Steve, he was only about 160, 165, put on 15-plus pounds. Another guy that really helped his pro career was Horace Grant. He weighed 210 coming out of Clemson and then ballooned up to about 230. And Stacey King helped himself by losing about 20 pounds. Jordan over Ames.
That's where you want to keep Michael Jordan. They fight the ball out of the hands of Jerome Kersey. King can't get it in.
Tap.
Scott Williams.
Scotty Williams.
Scott Williams.
Chicago 38, Portland 31. The 7-point Bull lead, largest of the ball game. 7 minutes left. First half. Duck won't go. Robinson cuts down the rebound. Steps on the sideline. Blazers thought he was pushed out. Terry Porter, Clyde Drexler return for the Trailblazers. Danny Ainge and Robert Pack come out. For Chicago, Scottie Pippen would like to come in.
Otherwise, he's going to get problems in the transition game and also on the backboard. So Scottie Pippen was not ready to check in. He'll have to wait till the next dead ball situation.
Wouldn't let him in. Here comes Jordan over Drexler. The high arcer as Duckworth goes for the block. Jordan with 10. 4 here in the second.
Well, Portland has got to be real careful that they don't let this lead get into double figures.
It is a 9-point Chicago lead.
There's an offensive foul on Duckworth.
And Livingston grabbing his left thigh, comes up limping. Let's see how long it takes good news to heal.
See, Portland was down big here at home the other night against Milwaukee, came back and rallied in overtime. They were down 18 at Minnesota on TNT, came back to win that ball game. They cannot do that against Chicago. If they lose touch with them here, get down 10 or 12 points, they're going to be in trouble.
Coach Livingston no longer limping. Drexler pushes Livingston out of the way. But Michael Jordan hits the jumper. Jordan with 12. 11-point lead, Doug. You said they didn't want to get it in double figures, but Buck Williams up off Portland's bench, along with Ala Abdelnaby.
See, right now, Portland, other than having Drexler out there, Porter's not making the outside jump shot. They have no perimeter shooting. They have absolutely none right now. So the absence of that, Chicago is starting to back it in the paint. They're taking away driving lanes, and now they're going to force him to greet them from the perimeter. They're going to not give up any second shots, so someone's going to have to make some outside jump shots. This is where Terry Porter has got to get himself loose and start contributing. Right now, he has 0 field goals, 0 for 3 from the field.
Abdelnaby making his 11th appearance this year.
That's a big shot. They need that one. See, Drexler's the only guy that's shooting with any confidence outside.
That's his second 3. He has 8. And the lead is 8. Livingston on Williams. Drexler on Jordan. Jordan doesn't try to drive.
Drexler didn't block him out. He leaked out and he gave up 2 points. You can't let Michael Jordan get his own missed shot, and that's what Drexler did that time, cost him 2 points.
Jordan averages 5.9 rebounds a game. Offensive foul on Portland. Jordan still grabbing his back.
A little push in the back, I think. Drexler on Michael Jordan, trying to free himself up for the alley-oop. Let's watch Drexler against Michael Jordan, see if we can find in here. Oh, this is the offensive end. Jump shot, Drexler leaked out. Michael Jordan follows his own shot and finishes.
He just went around everybody. King quickly back into the lineup for Chicago. And sitting down with Scott Williams. 5 minutes left in the first half. 10-point Chicago lead. Jordan, count it.
Michael Jordan.
I think Jordan feels it tonight. 16 points, 10 here in the second quarter. Portland's having trouble getting the ball in now.
Well, Ala Abdelnaby's in the ball game. He's an emotional player, hopefully trying to give this Portland team a little bit of a lift. They got to get it across the line.
Williams inside again. This time he connects. Buck in double figures with 10.
Well, still plenty of time in this ball game, Ron. We don't want to take Portland out of this game, but they've got to do something here defensively. Michael Jordan is getting wide open 15-foot jump shots.
You talked about at the top of the show, Chicago playing with so much confidence, not only because of the championship, but the 10-game win streak. Turnover, number 6 for Chicago. Porter, not much of a factor, but inside the Kersey for 2.
That's the kind of baskets right there that Portland needs. The penetration of Porter, slashers going to the basket, some easy layups. to eliminate the outside shooting that they don't have right now.
Paxson set to check into Chicago's lineup. Jordan having a field day from the outside.
Let us all have a bad back, Michael.
No kidding. 18 now for Jordan, who's averaging 31.3 on the year. Drexler. Jordan whistle for the foul.
Chicago foul. Michael Jordan is
Jordan's first.
This is what Terry Porter helped bring to this ball club. A nice steal, and then the open court ball game, pushing the ball ahead. He's going to get the ball in the middle of the floor. Someone has to stop him now. Michael steps over, and when he does, Kersey's able to get on the baseline and get the easy score.
20-second timeout for Portland at the 3:40 mark as they're working on the eye of Kersey on the far side. Well, this program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, description, Clyde uglies one down. Drexler now with 9, and it is a 9-point Chicago lead. Go up high to King, hands it off to Paxson. Inside to Grant is a pretty play. They can't finish it. Portland has it.
I think Horace would like to have that over again. John Paxson gave him a great pass, and he just lost his concentration. I think he thought he was going to get hit around the basket.
Portland, who has won 19 of the last 20 versus Eastern Conference opponents here at Memorial Coliseum.
Abdelnaby loves to spin in the lane. Now, see, he can help them because he can jump over Stacey King down there. Where Duckworth's going to bully him, Abdelnaby actually can jump over the top of Stacey King.
Abdelnaby averaging 3 a game. He's got 2 tonight. Grant, the fall away, he doesn't get it. Kersey just rips the board.
They got to run. They got to push it. They got to get something easy.
Alley-oop to Williams. Can't get the handle on it. Jumped a little bit too early. 3-on-2. Chicago to King. To the hole. Count the basket. And Stacey King muscled that.
The big man inside for Portland.
Stacey King with 10 points. That's the last 5 games he has been in double figures. Drexler tries the tip. How about the second time? Clyde gets it.
You know, Portland's within 7 right now. If they can get a couple stops and get a couple shots to go here and be down 4, 5, 6 points going into halftime, they're okay. They just don't want it to get double figures.
Jordan walked down the court, did not run. The back still hurting. King, the left-handed shot. Oh, my goodness. Billy Tubbs is probably saying, that's the player that played for me at OU. 12 for King. Outside, nothing but net for Jerome Kersey.
And the sigh you hear was Rick Adelman. A jump shot finally went in for this Portland team.
Like he told us before, he said, hey, we're getting good shots. Nothing's going in. Pippen, good move around Porter.
You've got to keep Pippen and Jordan going toward the 10-second line. You can't let them slash to the basket. Portland now has been beaten twice by those kind of moves.
Drexler tips it, but it goes right into Pippen. He has Grant on the left. There he is. That'll be an offensive foul on Scottie Pippen. Phil Jackson doesn't like it.
Well, that was a nice play by Kersey because if he doesn't take that, Horace Grant has a dunk. Check it out now. Pippen in the air, and he runs over him. That's a good call. Take 2 away from Horace Grant.
And that's 2 fouls now on Scottie Pippen. Nearing the 1-minute mark of the first half.
Little screen roll here, Abdelnaby and Drexler. Porter coming off a staggered double screen on the other side.
Jordan stays with Drexler with the spin move. Count it. 13 for Clyde, a 7-point Chicago lead inside of a minute.
It's a cup. Look like a foul here on Abdelnaby.
I'll tell you what. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. That foul was on Abdelnaby. That is his first personal. King more or less tripped over Abdelnaby on that.
Michael Jordan in the post against Drexler. Porter leaves him. Paxson will spot up and shoot the jump shot. So Porter must stay home.
A lot of time in the shot clock. Jordan, Drexler doesn't go for the fake. Jordan can't get it to go. King tipped it. Grant can't come down with it. What a move by Drexler. To Abdelnaby, the rookie, the second-year man from Duke, almost bought a birthday present.
He tried to hog the basketball and dunk it, and when it did, it slipped out of his hands. That's sort of been Portland's luck here in the first half. Now Michael Jordan's going to hold the ball out. Probably go at about 8 seconds on the shot clock.
They're just about even. That's the game clock, lower right-hand portion, and Abdelnaby, not a smart foul.
See, Michael Jordan is so smart, though. He realizes the team is in a penalty. Abdelnaby's going to jump out there aggressively, so Michael takes the ball into him, bumps him to get contact, and Michael's so strong that if he doesn't get the call, then he pulls it out and takes it to the basket. So that's just being smart, using your body, and forcing a foul on a young, aggressive player.
Michael Jordan tonight already 18 points. He's 2 of 2 from the line, has had 30 or more in 7 games, and 3 of the last 4 he's cracked the 30-point margin.
You know, interestingly enough, Chicago, every game they've played this year, they have scored 100 points. That's really an interesting statistic when you see how the scoring in the league has gone down this year, but only them and Golden State, ironically the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA, have scored 100 points in every game this year.
8 of the 11 wins for Chicago have been by 13 or more, which is impressive. Hansen comes back into the lineup for Chicago.
Well, if Chicago stays healthy, they are definitely the class of the East. Everybody else is going to be in a race for second place. But again, it comes on health and how well you're playing going into the playoffs.
Last 5 seconds of the first half. Drexler splits the double team. Porter can't chase it down. Ainge at the buzzer, throws it up. No basket, no foul. 24 minutes have been completed at the Memorial Coliseum in Portland, and it has been all the Chicago Bulls. 56-47 is our halftime score. Ernie Johnson next in Atlanta.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Infiniti, who invite you to guest drive their full line of performance luxury automobiles. And by Hager Apparel Company. Hager has a feel for the way you live. A feel for America.
And he was off to just a so-so start and had to go to the bench with about 8 minutes gone in the quarter to have some work done on his back, and the Trailblazers were able to get back in the ball game. So Buck Williams and the Trailblazers got perhaps Jordan's back ailing on this play right here when Duckworth comes over the back a couple of times, and that weight is enough to put you out of sorts. Buck Williams finally puts it in. Paxson trying to make sure that he has enough room to find Scottie Pippen. He looked both ways, measured the rim and where Pippen was. A beautiful lead for an easy score. But the tempo and the pace of the game was to both teams' liking. They like an open court. They like aggressive play. They like to take the ball to the rim. And again, a lead in the stuff, this time from Pippen to Jordan. The Trailblazers with Drexler and Jerome Kersey get a chance to run, get a chance to get their best game untracked in transition, and they hope that they can do more running and actually outrun the Chicago Bulls in the second half of play. The guy that really made the difference for Chicago in coming off the bench, as you take a look at Hansen and Paxson, was Stacey King. And King was a factor in a lot of areas of the ball game when he was in, but that's Scottie Pippen thundering Armstrong, looking like the good quick guard that came out of Iowa.
Chicago bench outscored the Blazer reserves 18-7 in that first half.
If you're going to control Jordan, you've got to get him to miss from the perimeter. But when he does, you also got to chase the ball down. The Trailblazers make a mistake. Jordan makes them pay by chasing his own shot and taking it right to the rim. Porter has not really been able to get himself untracked so far in the first half of play. Drexler, after a slow start, beginning to find the mark. Second three-point field goal goes in, and he finished the second quarter with 8 points to give him a total of 13 in the first half. Porter has to be aggressive at the offensive end, not only trying to make plays for his teammates, but for plays himself. Kersey again, right at the rim. Wanted a call, didn't get it. With Pippen, they want to use his ability to drive the ball as much as they can, and they like to do it on quick-hitting plays, and Pippen gobbles up turf with long strides right at the basket. Drexler improvising to get 2 more.
Unforgettable, though near or far.
Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me never before. Has someone been more
Unforgettable in every way,
and forevermore?
and forevermore.
That's how you'll stay.
That's how you'll stay.
That's why, darling, it's incredible
That someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Ball away, keeps it alive. Over for Walton. Lucas for the steal. Walton. Score. Drexler going to drive. Clear out. Rolls to the hoop. Puts it up. Block. Buck Williams the rebound. Back to Porter. The three. Harry Porter. Holy backboard. Can you believe that?
I've seen teams, the fans get up for a team in championship series, but nothing like what's taking place here in Portland before, Brent. It's incredible.
No, never before has someone been more.
There isn't anything in sport quite like the city on the brink of its first world championship.
Unforgettable in every way. And forevermore. That's how you'll stay.
That's how you stay.
That's why, darling,
It's incredible
that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
That's not a lot of shots. You got to have more shots. Again, quick hitting play for a slashing Pippen. That's what Chicago specializes in. The way that you shut that down, a lot of pressure on the passer. Don't give him a chance to find that guy coming across at the angle that he wants to lead him to the hoop.
John Paxson.
Paxson, wide open Jordan.
Horace Grant just ducked inside Jerome Kersey and scored. For Horace Grant, 9 points. 58-47. Largest lead of the ball game was a dozen. Drexler come back door and score. Clyde with 15 points. Opening minute, third quarter, 58-49 Chicago. Pippen finds John Paxson. Won't go down, and Jerome Kersey has another rebound. 6 rebounds for Kersey. He leads the Blazer rebound brigade. Paxson with the steal. 11 Blazer turnovers. Chicago is making 7. Both teams average about 15 a game.
Well, both teams are very good defensively, and you're going to get those kinds of plays. It was real good anticipation by Paxson, knowing they were trying to run a play for Porter. Stepped in to make the steal. Pippen left open.
Tough shot, won't go. Ball is up for grabs, and Drexler tracks it down. Portland could get within 7 with a basket here. Kersey and Jordan. Help from the inside. Will Perdue. Foul is called.
Good quick spin off of Jordan, off the post. They come get the foul, second on Michael Jordan.
First team foul of the second half. Jerome 11 in the opening half. Free throw shooting update. Blazers are 7 for 11. Chicago 10 of 14. 1 of 2 for Kersey. A dozen points in the ball game. Portland trailing Chicago by 8.
This is the end where Portland's got to get some business done. They've got to extend the Chicago offense further, force them further out on the floor, and then make it difficult for them to find the people inside.
Will Perdue, who has not scored, throws it away to Drexler. Hunter's on the left. Wide all the way against Michael and draws Jordan's third personal foul. First player in the ball game to get 3 fouls.
Jordan is struggling to get warm in this half as they have Drexler putting some pressure on. And he made Jordan make a decision. Jordan didn't want him to come to the hoop. He wanted him to try to make a pass. Actually, Porter was a little late in getting enough separation. Drexler at the line, and this is where Portland has got to make the Bulls pay. They have got to be able to knock down some free throws.
And there are the impressive numbers over the last 5 games for Clyde Drexler. Makes 1 or 2 free throws, has 16 in the ball game. Officially, Michael Jordan suffered a lower back strain in the first half. Portland within 7. Chicago's largest lead, a dozen. Jordan. 22 for Michael Jordan. 60-51, Chicago, 9:40 left, third quarter. Porter. Nice feed to a cutting Kersey. 14 for Kersey. 60-53, 7-point game. That is 8 assists for Terry. Jordan. No foul called. The ball will stay with Chicago. The shot clock at 16.
Jordan has perhaps the best ability to accelerate and levitate at the same time of any player I've ever seen, where there's the quickness and then the quickness straight up. He was in the danger zone when they knocked the ball out of his hand. Duckworth in a mismatch. What you want him to do is shoot the ball outside.
Jordan can't roll it in, but Grant is there to mop up, and Chicago's lead goes to 9. 62-53, 9-point game, 11 for Horace Grant. Terry Porter, first basket of the night. 62-55, the lead is 7. Jordan and Drexler.
They get a switch, and they want really to get back, and they don't. Somebody's open underneath for the Bulls.
It was Grant. Duckworth finally gets there. Grant pressured by Williams. Tough shot, won't go. Foul call. Third personal foul on Jerome Kersey. First Blazer with 3 fouls. 7-point game, 8:38 left, third quarter.
Credit Duckworth with a hustling effort, though, to get back, to find a man to get to. He tried to draw the foul. That's what left Grant open at the rim. They didn't get the shot. They'll get a new 24. Anytime you switch, and that's what the Bulls want you to do, then you got to make sure that you don't leave someone uncovered at the basket. And they were fortunate they didn't see Stacey King the first time around.
First team foul on the Blazers in the quarter. Chicago has 2.
When you have a center that comes together, what you want him to do is delay the man, then get back to his man. Duckworth jumped out, and Drexler was still there with Jordan. Double team.
Jordan open. Jordan with 24. He has made 10 of 18 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, adds 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Chicago by 9.
Portland can't trade baskets with the Bulls, even though they're in striking distance of Chicago. They've got to begin to eat into that lead.
Williams. Blazers go back to a well that delivered a lot of water for them in the first half. That is a dozen for Buck Williams. 5 of 8 from the field, 7-point game. Fans looking for a stop. Paxson wide open. Deadeye shooter scores.
To the freedom of the ball movement of the player is what you got to be concerned right now if you're Portland. Percy's just tripping up off his feet. Can't get the ball to stay in. Third foul against Scottie Pippen.
So Jordan and Pippen now with 3 fouls each. 7:37 left, third quarter, 66-57, 9-point game.
Jackson likes to keep at least one of them out on the floor. So if Pippen or Jordan picks up the fourth, he's going to have to go to his bench, but he doesn't want to see them both get 4 fouls and have to then be concerned about milking the time for them the rest of the ball game.
One of 2 for Jerome. Blazers continue to struggle at the line. Eight-point Chicago lead. Game story billboarded on your screen. Grant will take the shot. Portland happy to see him do it. Porter. Bump and run with Paxson. Feeds Percy. Blazers are within 6. 7:09 left, third quarter. Chicago timeout.
Just another game, and I find that a little bit hard to believe because they know that Portland wants to prove a point here, losing to Chicago in the exhibition season, and got 12,000 people who think it's more than just a game tonight, too. King on Duckworth, the fall-away left-handed shot comes up short. Drexler with the rebound. That is 7 for Clyde Drexler, who's averaging 6.7 a game.
You see, John Paxson is really trying to pick up Porter as soon as he can get across the half-court line and not let him get a full head of steam at him because he knows when he does, he's too quick to handle him.
Very flat shot by Drexler on the 3. Duckworth with the rebound. He now has 4.
You see where Paxson is meeting Porter right now. He's trying to meet him at the half-court line, not allow him to get the speed at him with which he can get into the lane.
Up top to Williams. Alley-oop to Drexler. He got behind Jordan.
That pass was almost a little too short. Drexler got it below the rim and had to muscle it up.
Drexler once dunked on a rim 11 feet 1 inch. He needed all that tonight. Pippen quiets the crowd for a moment.
Looks like Scottie Pippen's limping now. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he banged the knee, but he's a little gimpy now.
Chip Schaefer, the trainer for Chicago, looking at him intently right now. Duckworth pushes the right hand, doesn't go.
That was about 3 feet out of his range that time. He had to grunt to get that one to the basket.
Pippen spots up, uses the glass. Step bank's closed.
Michael better pull up. He'll shoot a 3.
There it is. Count it.
That's what Terry Porter has to do right there. Pull the defense by shooting that field goal from the perimeter. That's an element he brings to this team that he has not shown tonight.
He's shooting 37% from the arc. He's 1 of 1 tonight. It is a 3-point Chicago lead.
Chicago going inside. Stacey King.
Shot clock at 5. Shot clock at 2.
Oh
my, what a move by Michael.
Michael Jordan just with a tremendous play. Drexler a little excited there. He's going to give him.
He never let the ball go, and they're going to give him a shooting foul. The ball never left his hand. Watch.
Well, what the referees are going to say here is that he was in the act of shooting, and with the bump, he couldn't get the shot off.
Oh, I think he had a lot of chance to get the shot off, I'm afraid.
Ron, that's called being the MVP, baby.
Yeah, boy, that's called New Jersey tonight, and there's a lot of grumbling going on in Big D and Maverick country.
Well, Terry Porter has given this team that spark that we talked about. Pippen now with an ice pack on his knee.
Cliff Livingston in the ball game for Chicago.
You don't want to put Stacey King on the foul line. You want to make him score here.
And he throws it away, but he tracks it back down. Shot
Should have
clock
got a new
at 4.
shot clock. Should get a new shot clock, Ron, and hit the rims. They got to reset it.
I think Mike Mathis is exactly what he's doing. Good call.
Now, even you say, well, that wasn't a shot. It doesn't matter if it hits the backboard or the rim. You got to reset it. It's treated as a shot. So Stacey in the stat book should get a shot, and there should be a rebound on that play.
Well, they called a foul.
No, I don't think so. They reset the clock.
Check it. We're checking it, but the PA announcer announced a foul. Rick Adelman is up saying, wait a minute, that wasn't a foul. It was just resetting of the shot clock. New 24 is all they're saying. The PA announcer called a foul. Exactly right. But the shot clock still has 22 on it. They still have to reset the shot clock. They never reset the shot clock. Stayed at 22.
When in doubt, go to Michael Jordan.
Paxson from 22, he drains it.
See, that's what Paxson gives you. Porter went back to double team. Someone's got to rotate up and pick up John Paxson. He will bury that open jump shot. Tough shot.
Oh, from behind the backboard. He was in the $60 seats on that one.
Ron, that was a tough shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Horace Grant flying at him. I don't know how he made that.
2-point Chicago lead. King draws the foul. Duckworth grabs his left eye. Look at this.
Here's Horace Grant coming at him. 6'10", gets a hand up, fading behind the basket. Clyde Drexler's a well-kept secret in the NBA. He is such a great, great player. With the time zone change being 3 hours different from the East Coast, you just don't get a chance to see as much of him, Ron. He is so good.
Robinson checks into the lineup. Duckworth, who picked up his 3rd personal foul, got poked in the eye. He's going to take a seat by trainer Mike Sheminsky. At the line, it is Stacey King, who's down to 11 now, and it is a 2-point game, 3:45 left to be played in quarter number 3 from Portland.
Boy, Drexler's got Michael pinned. If they can get him the basketball, Michael's got 3 fouls, and with Pippen with a knee problem, that would be really big if they could get this foul on him.
Shot clock at 1 as the ball dribbles out of bounds. And Porter and Paxson really going at it, exchanging elbows and forearms.
John Paxson is feisty. He will not back down from Terry Porter.
No.
He's not going to give Porter an inch. Now, they might try to get a lob going to the basket, or keep your eye on Cliff Robinson.
Jordan grabs a hold of Drexler's jersey.
Get it up.
They're not going to do it. I don't think Buck Williams realized there was 1 second on the shot clock, Doug.
I just don't understand that with the play being stopped there, that you wouldn't know that you only had 1 second on the clock. I don't understand that.
Isn't it the point guard's responsibility to say, hey guys, look at the clock? I mean, whose responsibility is it to keep you aware of something like that?
Well, as a team, you've got to communicate. Hey, 1 second, you get the ball, you got to shoot it.
Drexler backs off on Jordan. Between the legs, the shot blocked. We've got a foul. Robinson thought he had a clean rejection. Tommy Nunes says no.
Michael Jordan exploding on the baseline. Here comes Cliff Robinson at the clean block, but that's 2 calls now Michael's gotten here in the 3rd quarter.
Kersey walks over to Nunes, and on the big screen right above the arena, he says, Tommy, look at this, and Tommy wouldn't look up. Jordan 6 of 7 now from the line. He has 26 for the ball game.
It's an important last 3 minutes and 16 seconds here for Portland. They played a very good 3rd quarter here to get back into this ball game. Michael makes this, they're down 4. They need to execute, keep this ball game at least where it's at. Don't let Chicago get about a 4 or 6 point run on you to push this back to double figures, because you're playing uphill all night long. Takes a lot of energy out of you, Ron.
27 for Jordan.
Trying to get Porter coming off the screen on the other side of the floor if Drexler penetrates.
The 3 won't go down. King clears the rebound. That is his 3rd. Jordan, baseline, little acrobatic move. Robinson with the loose ball. Here comes Drexler. Livingston puts the right shoulder into him, and that is a foul on Livingston. His 1st, but we have a timeout. 2:44 remaining in quarter number 3. The Bulls lead it by 4. We'll be back. That has really spurred the Blazer comeback.
Well, he had no points at halftime. We documented that. 0 for 3 shooting. He's come out. He has a 3-point shot, a couple field goals. taking the ball to the basket. He's had good penetration. He's getting some nice assists, but I think his looking at the basket here in this quarter has made a big difference to this Portland team.
And we'll be at the line as Chicago already over the limit. That was their 15th foul.
Drexler shooting these free throws, not Porter. It looked like Porter was trying to sneak in there.
He did, and he's getting a little chuckle out of it, so is Paxson. Clyde having his problems, 2 of 4 from the line.
His free throw's a little flat tonight. He needs a little bit more arch on it. When a flat shot, there's such a small margin of error in that shot. You either hit the front rim or back rim. When you get a little more arch on it, you get a little bit of that shooter's bounce.
He set a goal for 50% from the floor and 80% from the line for this year. He's 78 coming into tonight. Those two making a 2-point ball game again, nearing the 2.5-minute mark at the Memorial Coliseum. Abdelnaby will check in the next break for Portland.
Scottie Pippen wanting the post against Drexler.
Paxson doesn't get it. It has been a long time since
shoot a
Portland
three
has
again.
tied.
They get up on him.
Drexler from 15.
Oh, that wasn't close.
Kersey doesn't get it. The tip up and in by Robinson. They're giving it to Buck Williams. Tied at 73. Jordan unties it.
2 minutes in the quarter.
Porter on Paxson. Inside to Drexler. Jordan, his second block.
That's his 4th foul, too. That's a big play right there. That's a very big play in this game. Mark that down at 1:43. Michael Jordan picks up his 4th foul. Clyde Drexler posting will go to the line. Excellent pass here by Terry Porter. No look over the top. And then here's the foul on the wrist.
Kersey sits down. Abdelnaby checks in. Michael stays in. Grant now up off Chicago's bench.
Horace will probably come in for Michael. I think he's coming in for Stacey King. He'll go to a small lineup here. Scott Williams will move over to the center position.
The last Portland lead was at 23-22. That was just before the end of the first quarter. Boy, that shot is flat. 5 of 8 now for Drexler. Bulls by 1. 1.5 left to be played in the third. Pippen, the running right-hander. Porter, will he push it up? He's got Williams streaking down the right side. Drexler, the left-handed finger roll, no good. Pretty nifty ball handling by Paxson as Bobby Hansen set to check in for Chicago.
There's that backdoor cut by Michael Jordan again.
Robinson kicked it right out to Pippen. Jordan over Robinson, doesn't get it. Abdelnaby with the board to Porter. 3-on-3.
Remember, Pippen's got 3 fouls now. He's got to be careful not to pick up his 4th, isolated against Drexler.
Jordan, not sure who he's guarding right now. Must be Robinson. Abdelnaby shuffling the feet, tries to get Williams up in the air. Offensive foul.
Scott Williams is a quietly effective player for Chicago. He does a good job. He does not go for the pump fake. Watch it there. Abdelnaby's going to spin back into your picture. Pump fake. And he does not leave his feet, and you see him lower the shoulder. Excellent call. The shot goes in, but Abdelnaby created the contact to give himself space to get the shot.
Pippen looks inside to Grant, and I think they're going to call it on Abdelnaby again as he and Williams got tangled up. That's his 4th personal foul, so on a permanent basis, Abdelnaby leading the league in fouls.
That'll be 2 free throws for Horace Grant. Horace has been quiet here after getting off to a good start.
4 points in the second half, 11 for the ball game.
Last year, he did not have a good series against Portland, averaged slightly better than 5 points a game.
2 of 2 from the line tonight. He now has 12 points for the ball game. This is a young man who says if he wasn't playing in the NBA, he'd be a Marine. Always wanted to be.
Or 3, but they don't want to give up a shot to Chicago here and give him another opportunity.
Chicago got Jordan out with 4 fouls in this last few seconds. Porter looks at the clock. Abdelnaby inside with the right hand. Paxson to Grant. With 1 on the clock, it'll count, but he doesn't get it. Abdelnaby pulls him within 1, Doug.
Nice screen roll, Terry Porter. You see Scott Williams coming over to give help. Porter with a little floating pass. Slow rotation by Scottie Pippen. He's got 3 fouls. He's got to back off the play, and Abdelnaby delivers. It's a 1-point ball game.
77-76 our score.
What the benches do in the second half. Chicago won that battle 18-7 in the first half. Remember Drexler, when he was rested in the first half, the team lost 9 points to Chicago.
Michael Jordan with 4 personal fouls. Pippen with 3. Abdelnaby, the quick move, and the right hand goes down.
That's Duke versus Clemson there, so.
That's right. Abdelnaby getting a lot of playing time tonight. He's leaning on Grant. Pippen left open for a 17, goes about 15. The bug is loose. Portland has it, and they have their first lead of the game at 78-77 since it was 23-22 back in the first.
Scotty pulled the string on that jump shot. Not a nice follow-through. Tried to guide that one to the basket. See if they go Porter against B.J. Armstrong here, trying to come off the screen.
Pippen only 2 second-half points thus far.
Duckworth wants to roll to the middle.
He does with the right-handed hook, and Portland now with a 3-point advantage. That is their biggest lead of the game, believe it or not. And that gets 12,600 plus up off their seats. Shot clock at 7.
Portland defense has been excellent here in this stretch.
Pippen for 3. Doesn't get it. We've got a loose ball foul, and that will be on Williams, who doesn't like it. That is 3 on him. First team foul of the quarter.
Last 2 possessions, Portland has gone inside. They've gone to Duckworth. They've gone to Abdelnaby. Let's see if they go back again. Looks like now they might be going with Cliff Robinson inside against Pippen. So looking to really attack the Chicago defense on the interior.
Pippen slaps it away. Armstrong with the loose ball. Turnover number 13 for Portland.
Cliff Robinson's got to be aware. Scottie Pippen's got those long arms. He loves to come in from behind.
Here comes Ainge. Has Porter on the left. Porter to the hole. Strong. Blocked by Pippen.
Excellent defensive play. Thought Porter could have taken the ball into Scottie Pippen's body, maybe drawn a foul.
Fans wanted to walk. Instead, they get a Pippen basket. Only his second field goal of the half. Then we have a whistle and a foul.
Ron, what I thought on that play with Porter was he had Pippen in the air, and I thought he could have created contact, and he went away from the contact. Let's see if we can see it here. All right, you see Porter. Now here comes Pippen. Right there he commits, and if Porter holds onto that ball and jumps into him, it's a foul. And he bails Scotty out, and Pippen got a basket on the other end. I'm not so sure Porter didn't do that out of fatigue. He played the entire third quarter. He's now going to get a little bit of a rest. He and Drexler both now out of the game. Who will score points for the Trailblazers?
Pack is in. Duckworth was looking the other way as Pack passed it to him. Kevin was yelling instructions to somebody else. His Pippen shot won't go, but he is hammered by Robinson.
Now see, the difference there was Pippen held on to the basketball, got the guy committed in the air, drew the contact. Once the whistle was blown, then took the shot.
Rick Adelman wants a timeout. 9:41 left to be played in the ball game. The Blazers lead it by 1.
Off and running fast break for Chicago. Robert Pack will learn. You're going to see right here, he's got to allow Ainge to clear. When Ainge clears, Michael must go with him. He makes the pass too soon. Jordan laying on it, picks it off, and gets the steal. Boy, Scottie Pippen really pulling the string.
He did. You can see that. He did a little Archie Bell on the drills, tighten up on his arm.
That was not a free-flowing shot, and Scotty has really been shooting his free throws well this year.
79%, but he's 3 of 5 tonight, Doug.
It'll be be interesting to see how long Rick Adelman can rest Clyde Drexler, because both times he's been out now, they've been struggling. Here's Robert Pack with another turnover.
Pippen.
Scottie Pippen caught his own shot. That's a walk.
Grab him.
Robert Pack a little nervous tonight. You can see it not playing with that loosey-goosey confidence that he's been playing with.
Playing against Minnesota well is one thing. Playing against Michael Jordan well is a different story.
Chicago upping the level of their defense here, trying to trap.
Boy, Abdelnaby had to use every bit of his frame, which is 6'10", to grab that one.
Somebody's going to have to make an outside shot here, and I think the only one could be Danny Ainge.
There it is, a three, doesn't get it. Rebound, Pippen tips it to Grant. Shot clock was at 3 when he shot it. Just under 9 minutes left to be played in the ball game. The Blazers up by 1. Chicago has led almost the entire way. Pippen inside. Chicago regains the lead as Scottie Pippen, his second half field goal. Jordan playing with 4. Ainge from 3 again. Way short. It's a 3-on-2. To Pippen, to the hole, count the basket. Duckworth, not a smart foul.
Well, Danny Ainge took 2 tough shots, and what happens is long shots, long rebounds. B.J. Armstrong now drives it down the floor. Duckworth tries to prevent the layup, but he cannot do it, and Scottie Pippen with 2 quick baskets to give Portland now a 3-point lead, as Scottie trying to make it 4.
Drexler has been out just over 3.5 minutes.
Well, you can see right now where this Portland team is, that they can ill afford to have Drexler sitting down. I think Porter's going to have to come back in here real soon. Again, Portland has played uphill the entire night.
Drexler trying to shake loose of Jordan. Pack.
Boy, somebody's got to shoot an outside shot here, Ron.
They're looking confused offensively. Duckworth inside with his second field goal in the second half. He has 10. Bulls by 2. Porter up off Portland's bench. Pippen all 7 points this quarter. Armstrong hangs in the air. Grant clears everybody out.
Well, Scottie Pippen has not made the outside jump shot all night. He's had 3 field goals now here in this 4th quarter when the Bulls have desperately needed them. But Cliff Robinson has been very quiet offensively tonight.
We've got a whistle and a foul. Just a reminder, stay tuned. Here on TNT, coming up next inside the NBA with Fred Hickman and Hannah Storm. They'll have scores and highlights. 7:10 left to be played. You mentioned it, Doug. They have fought uphill the entire ball game. It's so hard getting to that plateau and then trying to get over it. A 3 on the way. BJ can't get it to go.
They have not been able to distance himself at all with Chicago. They've gotten a little bit of a lead, but then when Drexler and Porter sat down, Chicago retained that lead again. Oh, beautiful!
What a fake! Oh, my goodness! Put your shoes back on. And then Jordan comes in strong, and he draws the foul.
This is the old Harlem Globetrotter. Give it to you, take it back right here. Ooh, beautiful move. Scottie Pippen playing the passing lane on Porter. You're going to see him with the fake. Gorgeous drive by Terry Porter. Beautiful. It's like a play-action pass in football.
Well, Duckworth now has picked up his 5th personal foul, Doug, and quickly Rick Adelman takes him out of the ballgame, and Alaa Abdelnaby has to come back in.
I'm not so sure that'll hurt them right now. I think a more mobile team is going to be more beneficial for Portland right now than Duckworth being a bigger, slower player, because Chicago's going with a quick team out there on the floor now as well.
Well, they said Michael was on the drive but wasn't on the shot, so he didn't shoot any free throws. Drexler doesn't buy the fake. Grant the turnaround. Williams tips it. Pippen from 16, count it.
Boy, Scottie Pippen's got the big baskets tonight in this 4th quarter.
He has 22, 11 points in the quarter. Williams battling Grant down low. Porter tries to set a back pick on Jordan, who comes over for the double team, and it's a successful one. To Armstrong.
Oh, he'd used his body nicely. A turnover just killed Portland that time. Buck Williams held the ball to the double team. Should have gotten rid of it. He coughed it up, and Chicago will make you pay for those turnovers. Nice play by B.J. Armstrong here. You see Buck Williams holding the basketball. Chicago knocking the ball loose. Beautiful bounce pass from Michael Jordan, and he does a nice job here. B.J. taking the ball to the other side of the basket, shielding himself away from Jerome Kersey.
Atlanta Hawks basketball.
Ron, interesting stat here in the fourth quarter. Scottie Pippen has 11 of the 13 points. B.J. Armstrong, the other 2. Michael Jordan has not attempted a field goal, so it's been Pippen carrying them on the offensive end. Portland's bench being outscored by the Chicago bench 20-11. Danny Ainge only 2 points, 1 of 4 shooting.
Porter looks up at the shot clock, waiting to set up. Pippen on Drexler now.
Yeah, they've made a switch because Michael has 4 fouls.
BJ says he put up his arms, but instead, B.J. Armstrong is whistled for his second personal, 15 foul.
Now that's big, Ron,
Yeah,
because it's going to be penalty the rest of the game right now. So every time Chicago fouls, Portland will be shooting free throws. So out of the last 5:37, let's see how many times Portland can take the ball, get a foul, and get to the free throw.
3 of 4 from the line for Porter, and it is a 3-point Chicago lead nearing the 5.5-minute mark.
I tell you what, Portland's got to be very careful here. Is a little alley-oop play. Love to go backdoor.
Jordan has it taken away by Jerome Kersey. Ball still belongs to Chicago, however, but what a play by Kersey.
No one's Michael goes in the air. Kersey goes up strong and bats it away.
Back to action. Shot clock at 8. Jordan sizes up Drexler. Way short. To Williams, to the hole. At the basket as Williams goes down hard. And he bounces up quickly to get back on defense. Williams trying to get Abdelabi out of the way. Pippen on the switch doesn't get it. Portland has it.
That's what Portland must do. Get some easy baskets here late in the ball game. Buck Williams does a nice job taking it to the basket. Good concentrations. He finishes the shot off, and now Portland with a chance to take the lead once again. Remember, they're shooting free throws, so anytime they're fouled, they'll go to the free throw line.
As you mentioned, they are not a good free throw shooting team. Portland only 74% on the year. Stacey King will check in for Chicago.
It's their bread butter play. Screen roll, diving Buck Williams to the basket.
As it's swatted away, good clean block, and then Pippen comes up with the loose ball to Jordan. Showtime, folks. Jordan missed his last 6 field goals, and he breaks that with a slam.
Well, that's a big play right there. The block shot that could have led to 2 points. Chicago picks it up and goes the other way.
Instead of a 1-point advantage, you're down by 3. Porter weaves through the traffic. On the double team, Williams kicks it to Drexler. Shot clock at 9. Drexler forces the jumper. He didn't call backboard.
What a great shot. That was the degree of difficulty was about 10 on that shot. Scottie Pippen all over him.
A 1-point Chicago lead. Jordan. Stolen by Porter. He has Jordan to beat. Pippen coming from the left side. He misses, but Drexler is there for the follow. Portland by 1. Listen to the crowd at Memorial. Portland 2 plus their 20. The defensive intensity is picked up for Portland. Drexler, Jordan doesn't get it. Ball tipped into the hands of Abdelnaby. Portland has it. 3 minutes left in the ball game.
This is the play that Portland loves to run. A little two-up play, a little UCLA rub cut. Try to get Porter a little down screen or to post up Drexler.
Pippen has been on Drexler the last couple of possessions.
Oh, what a move. What a move.
Oh, we talked about how he has carried this team the last few games, and that continues.
Well, Scottie Pippen was upset. No one came over to give him help. As Drexler leaned in, there was no one there to help him out.
Drexler averaged 29 a game versus Chicago last year. He has 31 tonight.
B.J. Armstrong, you don't want to leave him. He's a tremendous outside shooter.
Pippen.
Oh,
what a big shot by Scottie Pippen.
What a shot. We've seen some unbelievable shots.
24 for Pippen. Hang on, folks. This will be the fastest 2 minutes of your life. Porter can't get it, but Kersey is there.
See what happened that time, Ron? They run screen roll. Chicago switch that put B.J. Armstrong on Kersey. He could not block him off the boards for the tip-in.
A 3-point Portland lead that matches their biggest.
It's a big stop right here. Portland, it's a real big stop for them.
To Armstrong, left open for the J, and he rattles it home.
Championship teams execute under pressure. Chicago, 2 big shots to keep themselves in the ball game. It's a little two-out play right here. Drexler loves to go screen roll, and Porter comes off a staggered double screen on the other side.
Drexler, King falls down. Drexler takes it strong.
I thought Chicago was going to call time. They're going to go with it ahead. But Michael.
Shot clock at 12. Grant on Abdelnaby. Pippen spotting up for a 3, but Armstrong takes it. King doesn't get it. And the ball goes out, belongs to Chicago. Stacey King. That could have been miracle shot number 3, Doug. We're going to keep it here. We might be able to see it again. With 1:04 left, the Blazers by 3. Chicago has the ball, but I thought that ball was going down.
Ron, that was a big rebound there that Portland didn't. Now misses a wide open jump shot. Now Portland inside position. Stacey King trying to keep the ball alive. The ball almost goes in, and then 2 Portland players battle each other. Horace Grant knocks the ball off Abdelnaby. So it'll be Chicago ball, 24 seconds on the shot clock. We have 1:04 remaining in the game.
Portland has a foul to give. We talk about Clyde Drexler. This is a couple of plays ago.
This is the play where he isolated. Now he does not get any help here. Watch him, he's going to go baseline. No one gives help. And you see Scottie Pippen looking there like, where's my help? Now Pippen answers. Look at this shot. Scottie Pippen has been sensational in this quarter. That's 13 fourth quarter points. I think if Portland's going to win this ball game, Ron, I think they have to stop them right here. They've got to give themselves a chance to go up 5 points because Chicago is continually keeping the pressure on them. Portland has 1 foul to waste. Portland has been in the penalty to get underneath the basket.
1 minute left in the ball game. Abdelnaby on Pippen. A lot of shaking and baking. Jordan inside, loses the handle. Chicago has it. Jordan doesn't get the call, and he doesn't like it. Shot clock at 11. Phil Jackson up. Let's take a look.
Well, Michael Jordan is trying to create all kinds of contact here as he goes to the basket. He jumps into the air. Clyde Drexler's got all ball. Now he gets hit in the head by Kersey, but Drexler had all basketball. That's what the referee rules. It'll be a 20-second timeout.
Michael Jordan, 1 of his last 8 field goals attempts, he has hit, and that was a jam. Phil Jackson brings his team way up away from his bench, away from the crowd with 50.5 showing on the clock. He trails it by 3. 11 on the shot clock.
Now, I don't think Chicago will look for a 3-pointer in this possession because they should get 2 more possessions in the ball game. But if they do look for a 3, Michael Jordan is 6 for 22, Pippen 8 for 22. B.J. Armstrong on the season 4 for 8, so they do have 3-point shooters on the floor. I think they'll try to get a quick 2 or something going to the basket. But if the defense collapses, the 3, if it's there, they'll take it.
The crowd is up. It is loud in Memorial Coliseum. Chicago with a 10-game win streak. Shot clock at 4.
Furious Steve
Jordan doesn't get it. What a rebound. Takes it back out to Jordan.
There's the 3.
Armstrong. Count it. B.J. Armstrong. What a shot.
That's the play I talked about. The penetration to the basket, and no one blocked Scottie Pippen off the backboard. He got a tremendous rebound, and then the pitch out to B.J. Armstrong for 3. Furious defense. Portland does everything except rebound the basketball, Ron. Forced a shot here by Michael Jordan. Now watch Pippen. No one blocks him out. He kicks it back to Michael. The penetration. Here's Porter giving help. That leaves B.J. Armstrong alone behind the three-point line, and that's what I talked about, the 3. Now, you're Portland, okay? You've got 35 seconds. You've got 2 choices here. You try to get a shot within 5-6 seconds if you get something going to the basket, Ron, to ensure yourself 2 possessions, or you say we've got to work hard to try to get 2, but if you don't score, you give Chicago the last shot to win the basketball game. So a lot of strategy right now on Portland's part.
Well, Jordan's 1 of 9 if you look at the fourth quarter field goal percentage, but
I think they're going to use some time on the clock. They're not going to go for a quick one.
About an 11-second difference between the shot and the game. That is the game clock, lower right-hand portion. Jordan slaps Drexler. Rick Adelman came unglued. That would have been Jordan's 5th.
Porter screen roll.
Shot clock at 5. Kersey from outside doesn't get it. Ball tipped around. Grant has it. 10 seconds left in the ball game.
Got to go with it. There's only 5 seconds. I don't think Scotty knows the time.
He doesn't know it. Jordan with 2.
Oh my
Jordan
goodness.
with 1. Doesn't get it. We're into overtime.
What kind of possession was that?
Shades of Derek Harper and the Mavericks a few years ago. I don't think Pippen realized. Now he's talking to Horace Grant saying, what's the deal?
That was a horrible possession.
And Portland had a foul to give, but we are into a 5-minute overtime. We're tied at 99. We'll be back to Memorial Coliseum to talk about that last 10 seconds in a moment. Stay.
Williams on the floor now, along with Grant, Pippen, Armstrong, and Jordan. Drexler with Pippen.
Trying to go inside to Buck Williams. But again, this is a matchup right here that they've got to exploit. Porter against B.J. Armstrong. Gets it up.
Partial block by Grant. Drexler on the foul and draws the foul. It's on Williams. 5 fouls on Scott Williams.
The team that is the most aggressive in an overtime generally wins. And you've got to know where you've got an advantage and try to put some pressure in.
Drive missed both buckets. Portland alive. A bonus opportunity.
Right now, Portland not sure where they want to get a score, so they got to re-energize themselves. Drexler didn't want to shoot that one, put it in the air, so the Bulls come away with the ball and no pain.
Blazers lead the battle of the boards by half a dozen tonight. Portland out shooting Chicago, but the Blazers 16 turnovers, and missed free throws have hurt. Armstrong with Porter. Pippen with Kersey. Jordan and Drexler. Shot clock at 2. Jordan picks out, tap up and in. They'll credit it to Grant. Chicago leader, 101-99. 3:50 left in overtime. Duckworth. Spin move, scores, stays in two. A dozen for Duckworth. We're tied at 101.
In Chicago, also 1-0 in OT. This is the 4th overtime between these two teams as Chicago throws it away. Portland has won 2 of the 4 overtimes between the Blazers and Chicago.
The post up for Buck Williams against Horace Grant.
Buck's got to protect the ball as the shot clock narrows down inside of 7. Kersey cuffs the ball and drains it.
Shot clock winding down, a running 10-footer off the wrong foot. This is what you got in your playbook.
I'm telling you, that's why you're sitting here.
You got it.
Did that. Blazers by a pair.
Well, Michael Jordan with the switch. He should be able to take it past Buck Williams. If Porter helps, Armstrong will get a shot.
Pippen for three, doesn't get it. Rebound, kicked off the leg of Chicago. It'll belong to Portland. 2:32 left in the ball game.
See, this is a big possession for Portland. I tell you why, Ron, is because they've never put themselves in a position where it would take Chicago 2 possessions to beat them. They've never been up more than 3.
Chicago led by as many as 12, but like you said, 3's the biggest lead. Drexler has it slapped away. Duckworth from the baseline with 6 on the clock, doesn't get it.
See, Duckworth, one of his main weapons is the ability to hit that little open jump shot.
Armstrong, who had the big 3, doesn't get the big 2. Final 2 minutes of overtime. They leave Porter open, and he doesn't get it. Back and forth. Put the playground shoes on. King strong to the hole. Pippen's tip won't go.
Which team is going to be standing at the finish?
Whoa! Showtime, and they throw it away. My goodness, a little too much French pastry. And we're going to have a timeout. Phil Jackson has seen all he wants to see. Doug, don't you miss coaching?
Oh, my goodness, I tell you, this is something you don't want to do. Behind the back pass, minute 41, you got a team on the run, and Drexler with a behind the back pass. Chicago now possession with a chance to tie.
A luxury car says a lot about its owner.
Mine says I'm witty beyond belief.
Mine says I'm more Europeanish.
Mine says I'm the product of superior genes.
A luxury car says
I'm so successful I can.
His ability to pass the basketball. Much better than Jerome Kersey in that category. Now the Trailblazers have to have a defensive stand, and if they get the ball to come up from the perimeter, they must go back and pursue the ball.
Game story on your screen. A Bulls basket would tie it up. Pippen has 24, Jordan 31, Drexler 33, Kersey 21. Armstrong. Shot clock at 10. And Pippen throws it away. He misread Jordan. He thought Michael would break baseline. Instead, Michael popped up.
Well, it's good defense, and that's hard defense, and that's a play where you want the player to go back door because he's being overplayed. And Jordan went and then faked and came back out. The ball went sailing out of bounds. So succession of turnovers trying to find Drexler. Now, again, with Pippen that close, if Drexler can turn, the baseline is open. Squeezed a great pass into Kersey. It goes sailing out of bounds.
18 Blazer turnovers, 13 for Chicago.
So the turnovers are going to take this right down to the final drama. Jordan, who has not been a factor, trying to get something going. Armstrong.
Rebound, Grant on the weak side. Chicago will reload. Scoring in the overtime is 4-2 Portland. Only 6 points between the teams.
That's usually how overtimes go. Jordan trying to back his way in. Good a look, too good a look.
33 for Jordan. Drexler and Jordan, 33 each, were tied in the final 35 seconds.
Again, the guy that can get a shot is Porter.
And he has one. And he scores! You called it. A dozen for Porter. Blazers lead by 2. Game clock, shot clock, separated by just over 5 seconds.
Now Jordan and...
Rebound, Kersey, Porter deep. Did he throw it away? Porter saves. Traveled with the ball. Mike Mathis calls traveling Rick Adelman. A new high jump record for a Blazer head coach. Oh, he exploded off the floor.
Both coaches going bananas with the official. Jackson wanting to call down here against Jordan. Adelman saying, how can you make a call like that? Jordan down the lane, and it opened up for him. Buck Williams closed it off. No contact there as he came underneath the arm. Now that's a good decision by Kersey, but Porter's having trouble locating the ball. Came down 1, 2, 3. He did travel.
Good calls or a good non-call on Chicago's offensive play, and yes, a good call on the traveling on Porter. So Chicago will have the ball, Steve, down 2 and 15.5 seconds left.
So if you're the Trailblazers with the foul to give, you can give one and use some time off the clock. Make them use some time off the clock and then try to give a foul, make a steal, try to go for the ball. Maybe you'll get lucky and come up with the basketball and then force the Bulls to take the ball out again. But you don't want to give them an uncovered shot. Jordan, the last time, had a good penetrating lane to go down, and it was a good reaction defense to close it off. The pass and what Kersey thought he was doing, was clearing for an easy score and certainly didn't want to be stuck in the backcourt. But we have seen mistakes, and mistakes are what the NBA is about. The team that makes the fewest generally comes up with the win. These teams have almost neutralized each other, and here under pressure, one more mistake gives Chicago a chance to stay in the hunt.
Well, certainly the Drexler-Jordan matchup has lived up to all its billing. Both players have been brilliant tonight and have 33. The Pippen-Kersey matchup, 24 for Pippen and 21 for Kersey. Rebounds, Drexler has a dozen.
Point shooter. Jordan can hit the 3. Pippen and Paxson, really the only guy that you wouldn't expect to shoot the 3 would be Horace Grant. Matchup problems here. You've got Kersey against Paxson. So Rick Allen was going to take a 20 and talk about it.
Horace,
you just can't imagine it happen in this kind of pressure situation.
It is 10 after 1 on the East Coast. 15.6 left. Here we go, folks. Hold on to your chairs.
See if they take the foul.
Almost a good defensive play by Drexler.
Got to take the foul.
He tried to foul Jordan, not on the shot. No basket on the drive. 5-point one. And quickly, Danny Ainge rips off the jacket, and he'll come in for Portland.
Now, let me tell you what Chicago likes to do in this situation. Portland has to really watch. Scottie Pippen likes to throw the ball into Horace Grant, get a quick handoff, and turn the corner and take the ball to the basket. Let's see if Chicago goes to that play. That's one of their plays they love to run in a crucial situation from the sideline.
Phil Jackson calls a full timeout. 5.1 left. We'll be back.
If he misses, Jordan is free, and you got a 4-on-5. Now, right here, Drexler sets himself and surprises Jordan. He almost lost the ball. And again, normally, Drexler would try to make a play for the ball. Holding back now, the quick step. Drexler gives the foul right there, not wanting to turn Jordan free. He's got 4 personal fouls for Clyde now.
105-103. You know, we saw that situation the other night.
Getting a handoff and turning the corner. Armstrong Paxson spotting up a 3-point shot.
To Jordan for the tie. Jordan at the buzzer with 1.2 left.
Called a foul, too. There's a foul call.
The basket's good, and it's a foul.
Called a loose ball foul.
The basket is good. Loose ball foul on Chicago.
Now,
Danny Ainge is hurt.
Danny Ainge is shooting the free throws. Is that a penalty free throw?
Yeah, at first light, no, it's not. He'll take it out underneath the basket. Phil Jackson just
What is
has
the
to
foul
shake his
situation?
head. Well, it should have been a penalty if it was. At first, Mike Mathis said 2 free throws. Chicago out of timeouts. Portland just took one. Let's see. Watch Ainge, lower right-hand portion, right?
Well, Scottie Pippen throws him down. There's the foul.
Yeah.
The question is, how many fouls are there? Is Portland shooting a free throw?
Well, we're going to finish 1 minute in each previous game, and at half court, Williams will trigger the inbounds pass. They're saying they want it on the other side of the court, which is their choice.
Well, you got to get it back here at the half court position. Now, Nevitt's going to be all over.
Mike Mathis telling Chuck Nevitt, all 7'5", 237 pounds of him. Williams to Porter, throws it up at the buzzer. It won't go. We're going to another overtime. Jiminy Christmas. 105-105. We're knotted up again. Ernie, You can't go home yet, partner. We still have an exciting 5 minutes left in this game. Ernie in our studios in Atlanta.
Thank you, Ron. Jiminy Christmas is right. Okay, we're going to double overtime. We're going to catch up on all the scores on this Friday night, a very busy night in the NBA. Game 1 of our doubleheader, the Boston Celtics, 114-91 winners over the Lakers. That's 5 straight wins for the Boston Celtics, and the Lakers have their 9-game winning streak snapped. Miami Heat winners over Philadelphia, playing without Charles Barkley, 95-92, 5 straight losses for the Sixers. The Atlanta Hawks fell at home to San Antonio, 88-85. The Spurs now lead the Midwest Division. Cleveland Cavaliers are 8-1 with Mark Price back in the lineup. They made it 5 straight tonight, 115-104 over Orlando. The Indiana Pacers got 31 out of Reggie Miller. He was 5 for 5 from three-point land, 141-121 over Houston. The New Jersey Nets won a game on the road. Dallas, without Rolando Blackman in the lineup, falls 97-91 to the Nets. The Seattle Supersonics fell at Denver. Dikembe Mutombo had 7 blocks, 101-90, the Nuggets over the Sonics. Golden State Warriors fell hard at Utah, 135-118. John Stockton, 23 assists on the night. The Phoenix Suns won by 141 the other night. They won by 41 the other night. He was trying to say, what time is it, folks? 131-111 is the final tonight. They beat Charlotte by 20. And the LA Clippers fall to Washington, 101-94. Purvis Ellison had 25. You'll see all the highlights of all these games coming up on Inside the NBA. If the Portland game ever ends, they'll have the Thanksgiving version of In Case You Missed It. And, of course, so many scores and highlights, you will be begging Fred and Hannah to stop. We're going to double overtime at Portland. The Chicago Bulls and Blazers, 105-105. We send it back to Ron Thulin and Doug Collins, guys.
Thank you very much, Ernie. As you mentioned, here we go again.
Well, I guess if overtime favors the home team, double overtime's got to favor them too. I don't know who's going to be standing after this ball game's over. Drexler now again isolated against Pippen, going inside to Duckworth.
He's double teamed. Shot clock at 7. He forces it up, gets his own board. He's going to try it again. Count it. The first punch landed by Portland. Chicago not staggering, but they're against the ropes. Well, if you're going to stop them, that's one way how to do it.
Now, they're not going to give him a shooting foul on this. I can't believe this is not a shooting foul. Here's Duckworth on the lean in. He gets the rebound and just sort of throws a couple people out of the way, and he gets the shot. Now, Scottie Pippen was taking that ball to the basket. Kersey grabbed him. They're going to get the ball sideline out of bounds. There's the give and go, the quick play that they like to do with Pippen. That's what I thought they'd do late in the ball game. That time they executed it to perfection.
Well, if you think 2 overtimes is a lot, how about the last time these two teams went into overtime? It took 4 extra periods before the Bulls won, 156-155 back in March of '84. Let's hope it doesn't do that. Drexler for 2. Chicago's last double overtime was March of '91. They lost to Boston. Williams battling Duckworth. Jordan, the trigger, the basket. Jordan now with 37 points.
And remember now, Chicago's finishing up a 2-week road trip. They've been out on the road, so they are showing tremendous amount of pride in this ball game. The easiest thing to do would have said, hey, we don't have this ball game, but they have not done that. So
they've got to play at Sacramento tomorrow. Turnover again for Portland. They are trying to gift wrap this to Chicago. Jordan, Drexler on him. It's been a standstill between these two. Drexler grabs Jordan's arm. That is 5 now on Drexler. Also with 5 has been able to score. Williams has it swatted away by Duckworth, his 5th block of the year. Drexler with 35 points. Enough said on that. Here's the block.
Nice block there by Big Duckworth.
Armstrong cut through the paint. They almost had him for an easy 2. Inside of 3 minutes.
Boy, Drexler's got to be very careful right now.
Grant, the turnaround, rattles it home. Horace Grant with the big 2. He has 17. For those of you just coming in from a wild Friday night, we are in second OT in Portland. Drexler from the outside, way short and to the left. Bulls by 2. They have a chance to pull away. After striking the first blow, Portland takes 2 on the chin from Chicago.
Michael looks fresher now than he did in the first overtime. That's 2 quick moves he's just made.
Portland gets a break. Porter has Drexler on the right. The fake into the hands of Grant, no call. Armstrong will wisely hold it up as we are inside of 2 minutes.
These guys are so tired right now, Ron. Both teams have played so hard. If Chicago gets a basket here, 4 points is major now with under 2 minutes to go. A 3-pointer would put them up 5.
Shot clock at 3. Pippen lets it go, and he drains it, and it is a 4-point Chicago lead. Scottie Pippen with his 28th point of the ball game, and it is the biggest back because they looked like they were knocked out a couple of times. But as Doug mentioned, both teams extremely fatigued right now.
I still go back to that possession where 15 seconds to go in regulation and the long pass where Porter walked. When Portland had a 2-point lead, they did not need to take that shot.
Minute and a half left. That's the game clock. 7 on the shot clock. Porter forces it up. We've got an offensive foul on Porter, who knocked Scott Williams down hard. Look at it again.
Portland a little stagnant here in their half court. He runs right into Scott Williams. That's a good call. Terry Porter just lowered his shoulder.
Michael Jordan has played all but 7 minutes. Out of 57 minutes, he's played about 50. Now it's a cat and mouse game. Chicago showing poise. Jordan with 6. Nails it home, and that might be it.
Isolation. He's going to take his time, set him up. He's going to go baseline and pull up. He sees the double team coming. He spins away from it. Drexler too tired to even jump. He has 5 personal fouls, and Michael Jordan with a big basket to put Chicago up 6. And you know, again, I go back to the play, Ron. 15 seconds to go in regulation. Or was it overtime? I forget now, but it was 15 seconds to go. Kersey gets the rebound. Portland up 2. Yeah. Up 2. They don't need to score. They try a long pass that Porter walks with the basketball, gives Chicago then a chance to come back and get it into the second overtime, and now it looks like they're going to win this basketball game.
Well, we had Scottie Pippen running out the clock before getting it to Jordan into regulation as Porter gets the quick 2. Now they've got to put a little pressure on as they're still down by 4. We are inside of a minute. Still time left, not over yet, but it is a difficult uphill battle for the Blazers at this point. Jordan. Shot clock at 5. Pippen for 3. Jordan, the follow, doesn't get it. Portland's still alive. They've got Drexler coming down the left side. There he is. Ooh, he wanted that 3-point play, doesn't get it.
Now, you know, if Michael Jordan had that play to do over again, he would have got that rebound, he would have pulled it back out and used clock. But you know what? Even the great players, when they're tired, make mistakes. Now, here's the shot. Recycling of the shot clock. Michael's got it right there. Now, I know that's a point-blank shot, but at the point in time, you could have used some shot clock, but fatigue will do those kind of things to you as Drexler misses another free throw. Again, I'm going to say he's very, very flat on the free throw tonight. That one skimmed the front rim. He's now 5 for 11.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That one is a line drive, but it finds the hole, and it is now down to a 3-point game. A defensive stop is a necessity for Portland. That'll give them the opportunity at least for a tie.
Watch Scottie Pippen going back door here.
Jordan almost walked with it. The 2 by Jordan, in and out, no good. Rebound, Pippen fights for it. Portland has it. Duckworth all alone. The Drexler. And that may not do him very much good, though, because they're still down by 1 with 8.2 left.
Got a foul. Now, see, Drexler's got to give the foul. He's out of the game.
Out of the game. That is 6 for Clyde Drexler, and he will have to sit down with 38 points.
Now, I ask you there, Ron, do you take that quick 2 like that, or that long pass and you try to shoot a 3-point shot? I don't know.
Well, there was nobody down there.
I know.
I'm surprised Drexler didn't pull back out.
That's what I'm
and try to
saying.
hit the 3. It's a horse shot for him.
Boy, Clyde
Here it
Drexler
is.
had a sensational game. I mean, you know, you can't knock him, but Michael misses the shot here. Pippen over the back to try to kick the rebound loose. Porter throws ahead. Now, no one down the floor. He's so far inside the 3-point line, though.
Yeah,
I'm sure he wouldn't have had a chance to do that. So that's very unfair to Clyde. I'll take that back.
And Grant was streaking down. Grant was streaking down the middle.
Now, B.J. Armstrong, 6th in the league in free throw shooting. You don't want B.J. to get the ball or Michael Jordan if you can keep it away from those guys. Paxson, a good free throw shooter. If at all possible, you'd like Horace Grant to have to catch the basketball to take this to 2 free throws, but you're not going to get your choice because Michael Jordan will find a way to get the ball.
Horace Grant's 86% too, and he's 3 of 3. Chicago has to call a timeout. They can't get the ball in, and Phil Jackson is mad at his troops for not getting it in.
Well, what happened was B.J. Armstrong and Paxson both went the same way when they broke out of the cut. Michael Jordan went opposite, and Michael was so tired, I think he was hoping someone else would get the basketball. You saw him look at Scotty like, get it to Paxson or B.J., I'm exhausted.
Kenny Ainge trying to get Jerome Kersey to back up a little bit, but Kersey comes up to Pippen.
I don't know.
Tommy Nunes says you got to back up, and now delay of game warning to Portland because Kersey came right on top.
I'm going to tell you what, I would double team Michael Jordan right now. I'd get all over Michael Jordan and not let him catch the ball. John Paxson's cold. He's been sitting on the bench for about 20 minutes.
Jordan on the breakaway, but he holds it up, and he is going to be fouled by Kersey. What a quick move by Michael Jordan. He has played better than 50 minutes in this game, and he still had something left in the legs. Michael misses, and Portland uses their final timeout. 3.5. It is the Portland Marathon. We'll be back again.
Porter, Kersey, and Ainge. Ainge, a 3-point shooter. He'll be played by Michael Jordan. I would go to Porter. Maybe Porter pull up, shoot a 3, or take the ball to the basket.
Here we go, folks. We're going to watch it with you. Porter, he's not going to count because the horn sounded. They took too long, never got the shot off, and Chicago has won their 11th straight ball game, their first win here in Portland since March of '89. And a happy and tired Chicago Bulls team walk off the court, and a dejected Rick Adelman, who wanted the foul, heads to his locker room. 116-114 is the final. Let's look at the final 3 points again. Porter working around B.J. Armstrong. Good defensive effort by the Bulls, and by the time Terry Porter pulls up, the game is all over, and Chicago wins their 11th straight. The final 116-114. Clyde Drexler led the way for Portland with 38 points. Leading the way for the Chicago Bulls with 40 points was Michael Jordan. And